Today, we're going to chat about how I'm going to save money by working out of my pantry. Let me show you how we do it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa. We are all about pantry preparedness. Yes, we are, because your pantry is money in the bank. This right here, it's money in the bank. It won't devalue as long as you store it properly and rotate through it like you're supposed to. You can't get a better price than what is coming out of your pantry. My grandkids call it Grandma's grocery store. Yes, they do. Because I can come in here and I know that I can create good, healthy meals for me and mine at a fraction of the cost of what I was going to the store if I had to go to the store today to buy it, or if we went out to dinner, same thing. This costs so much less and it's so much healthier and it barely takes any time at all. And today I'm going to show you how we menu plan to get through and use all of the things in our pantry, because it's not enough just to stock it up. You have to use it. You have to rotate through it. Otherwise, you're wasting money. Let's get started. Creating a menu plan from your pantry inventory can be a great way to save money. It reduces food waste and simplifies your cooking routine. It really, really does. And today we're going to kind of go step by step to talk about the different ways that this helps. The number one thing that you need to do is you need to inventory. Take inventory of your pantry. Start by thoroughly checking your pantry, your refrigerator, and your freezer. This will help you see what ingredients you have on hand. You want to make a list of everything, okay? You want to inventory anything that has to do with your food. And that includes, but is not limited to, your staples like grains, pasta, canned goods, spices, and condiments, because those are all important when we are looking at the different meals that we can create, okay? And this is Project Pantry, my friends. Yes, it is. This is available on Amazon. It is a bare bones, very simple inventory planner. And it has a calendar in there. It has menu planning. It has shopping lists. It has places for notes. It has places for all kinds of things, along with a few tips and tricks. This is available. It's a non-dated planner, so it doesn't matter what time of year you pick it up. This will help you keep track of everything all in one place. You can go through your inventory and write down exactly what you have, and then from that list, you can menu plan. This inventory will help you keep it in sections also, because when you inventory it, you want to make sure that you're putting your meats in one place, your freezer stuff in another place, your condiments in another list, so it has it all divided for you under labeled lists, and it has some blank ones for things that I may not have thought about that you have in your pantry that don't necessarily fit underneath the list that I created. It's really, really a simple way to keep track. By looking at your inventory, you can identify certain meals. Let me show you my process. I sit down with my inventory list. I sit down in my pantry and I look and see, okay, what have I got? So I know by looking at my shelves, I can identify what is in the jars, and then I can identify items that I may want to make out of them. Starting with the proteins, I'm going to pick different proteins for every day of the week. Okay, so I'm going to have mushroom beef barley soup one day because I've got the mushroom beef barley soup. All I have to do is heat it up and add the barley. We're going to do salmon patties using that canned salmon that I have. Spaghetti and meatballs using the meatballs that I canned. We're going to do grilled chicken stuffed with spinach and cream cheese. Yes, we are, because that's in the freezer, and I know that because it's on my inventory list. Barbecued pork sandwiches from my canned pork. And then we're going to treat ourselves, and we're going to have sausage, gravy, and biscuits with some eggs out of the canned sausage that I have on my shelf. Poof! It was that simple just looking at what I have there. Because I know what's on the shelf, I can go through and create different meals from it. So one of the days, I don't think I mentioned it, was beef and noodles. It's super simple. I have home canned roast sitting in a jar. So the simple thing to do with that is to crack open that jar, heat it up, make some gravy out of the juice that's there, pour it over some noodles, and then pick a vegetable. And on the whole other shelf, I've got a whole bunch of vegetables. So we're going to have green beans that night because Phil likes his green beans, okay? I'm using things from the pantry. I just created a diverse menu using strictly what I have on my shelves as inspiration. Now, you may not like salmon patties. Pick something else, okay? You can make this fit you because your pantry is individual to you and your family's tastes. I tend to only menu plan dinner because that's the one meal for sure that I know that we're going to have. Phil and I don't eat 3 meals a day, so it doesn't make sense to do that. But if you have kids, definitely identify those things that you can do. Pre-make some waffles and put them in your freezer. Have pancakes in your freezer, French toast in your freezer. You can do all of that for pennies compared to what you buy the pre-made, already boxed up stuff. It takes up a lot less room and it has a lot less additives. So very simply, you want to identify potential meals by looking at what's on your shelf, okay? Those meals were predominantly created just by looking what's on my meat shelf, just by looking at what kind of proteins I have saved up and put up. Went, okay, what can I do with these to make something that I know that we'll both enjoy? Once you go through and look at all of those things, then you want to see if there's anything you're missing to finalize those meals. That's what you grocery shop for. And that's what you make note of as something that potentially, if it's a shelf-stable item, you may want to stock up on a little bit to match what you have in jars or in cans or in your freeze-dried food, so that you have all of the additional things like grains or pastas or condiments that you may use with any of those proteins. It's a great way to take a look at the holes in your pantry that are not allowing you to create the meals that you enjoy 100% from your pantry. The one thing you want to make sure to do is to adjust and adapt. That's a huge part of being able to work out of your pantry. A recipe is a suggestion for what you can do with these foods. So feel free to experiment. Throw in different things. If you don't have one item that goes in the recipe, maybe you have something similar, or maybe you have something totally different, and you can create a whole new meal out of it. Being able to adjust and adapt to what you have on hand is critical to making your pantry work for you. Remember, it works for you. You want to be flexible. Being flexible. That goes with adjust and adapt. Don't be afraid to substitute ingredients or adapt recipes based on what you have on hand. It's fun. It's really fun. They may not all 100% be successes, but they'll still be good. Also, learning to use your leftovers creatively. If you can turn it into a different kind of meal, makeover meal, then that's fantastic. That's another great way to use the things that come out of your pantry, such as leftover chicken into a salad or leftover rice into fried rice. Super simple. One thing you want to make sure to do is to plan for snacks and desserts. That is primarily where my store-bought stuff ends up going to. The canned fruit is snacks. I use it as desserts. It's a great addition to the pantry. And also, if you home can any of that, your jams, your jellies, your pie fillings, desserts and snacks are important too. They make everybody feel good, right? So make sure that you plan for those also. Remember to get your family involved. It's not all about you. Well, okay, in some cases it is, but you want to make sure that your family enjoys the same foods. So if they have suggestions or ideas for things that they like that you cook, write those down too. Make sure that you have the ingredients. Creating a menu plan from your pantry inventory can be fun, and it's rewarding, and it helps you save money because you don't have to go out and buy any of this, right? It reduces food waste. It's amazing. And you enjoy delicious home-cooked meals, which are better than driving through any place, anytime, any day. In just this little bit of time, I sat down with my list, and I'm going to convert this all over to my planner now that I've kind of moved stuff around a little bit, because I tend to get, oh yeah, we can make pasta dishes. Well, nobody needs 7 days of pasta dishes, right? So I end up going back through and erasing and rearranging and spreading them out a little bit more. But I have a month's worth of menu ideas here just by sitting in here and going, okay, this is what I've got. What can I do with that? I need to rotate through those. Okay, what can I make with those? There are so many options, and not a single day in the entire month are we eating the same thing twice. It brings you the ability to diversify what you're eating. It brings you the ability to save money and to have good quality home-cooked food. Your pantry is literally a lifesaver. If you want more ideas on menu planning, check out this video right here, and hopefully that helps. Until next time, everybody, be safe.